So good afternoon, everyone. How many of you have heard of Salesforce? Just a show of hands over here, please. Great. How many of you know Salesforce? I don't want the Salesforce folks to lift their hand, but how many of you, obviously it's a lesser number, how many of you know about Salesforce in education? Lovely. Great, sir. To the rest of the audience, over the next couple of minutes, that's what I'm going to talk about. Before we get started, I just want to introduce Salesforce to you. We are amongst the top 3 largest enterprise software companies in the world, right? Our journey started in 1999. We are 25 years old. It took us about 11 years to hit our first $1 billion, right? In the subsequent 14 years, we've grown about 35 times. $35 billion is where we stand, with still aspiring to grow to about $39 billion at the end of this year. But there are few things that have been critical for our success in this market, right? Globally, we have probably about 300,000 customers who use Salesforce. In India, we have more than 6,000 customers, right? I think a couple of things that have helped us grow and achieve what we have achieved are 3 basic values that Salesforce strives by. First, trust, right? And you as educators, when you're thinking of putting any of your student information on any system, I think it is extremely critical for you to feel that this information is going to be safe, right? Some of the biggest banks trust us with their information. All the US government, for its visa processing, uses Salesforce. That's the trust that they have with us. The second thing is customer success, right? I have worked for multiple organizations. Obviously, everyone says customer success is extremely important. At Salesforce, this is our core value. And one of the reasons for that is we actually stand to, actually start making money when we make you successful. Because we are a born on the cloud product, which means that it is a subscription-based model that we use when we come to our customers, right? And the third is innovation, right? Unlike any other vendor that is there in the market, we do 3 product releases every year for all our products, right? And when I talk about 3 product releases, these are not just bug fixes that we are talking about. We are talking about actual enhancement of the product as we go along. So this was a quick, brief introduction about Salesforce. But what I would like to do is talk about what is it that we do in education. Even before I come and tell you, what are the products that we sell to universities, educational institutions, I think it is extremely important for me to talk a little bit about what we do in education, right? First and foremost, we are a 80,000 employee company. In India, under the leadership of Ms. Arundhati Bhattacharya, the former chairperson of SBI, we have grown to about 10,000 people in India, right? Out of the 10,000 people, we have a strong team of about 1,000 people who are focused specifically on education, who sit out of our Hyderabad office, right? And these people are people who are building products for education from India. And these products are used globally and in India, right? That is the kind of focus that we have when it comes to education and our investment in education. 6,000 customers, 6,000 universities, K-12, right all the way from K-12 to universities, 6,000 educational institutions use Salesforce, right? I'll probably share a slide which shows you some of the institutions that use us, right? But the third column over there is probably the most important for me. One of the things has been the fact that we are rapidly growing. despite being a $35 billion company, we are rapidly growing. India is a completely different story, right? We are growing much faster in India as compared to anywhere else in the world, right? The economy is helping us, the market is helping us to achieve this. One of the things that we have realized is because of the way we are growing, there is demand from our customers, from our partners, and everyone in the Salesforce ecosystem for more skilled people who know Salesforce as a technology. And our estimate, and this is an IDC report, this is not something that Salesforce has done, says that by 2026, we would need about 9.3 million, we'll see a demand for additional 9.3 million Salesforce jobs. Now, if I just double click on that and say, what is it for India? That number comes to about 1.3 million, right? And this is where we have actually started working with colleges, universities here in India, and we have relationship with close to 2,900 colleges in India, where we have started skilling students while they are studying in your colleges, in your universities, right? Because there is a market out there for them to go and get employed with the Salesforce technology, right? Now, I'm a salesperson, so I have to tell you what we do when it comes to a university or a college, right? This is where we operate. But what I really want you to see is what is written right at the bottom. And in the panel, you know, the session before this, I heard people say that alumni are extremely important for the success of the university, right? And if you see, a study shows clearly that students who have a great experience in a college are the ones who are 31 times more likely to be proud alumni, right? And that experience for a student in a college is what we deliver on a single platform. All the way from finding a prospect, an applicant, the entire admission process, all the way to alumni management is what Salesforce does on a single platform. I spoke about 6,000 customers. Here's just a sample, right? All the way from K-12 to the largest universities, be it a Harvard, a Yale, a Stanford, pretty much quite a few of them use Salesforce, right? Coming specifically to India, just a sample list of some of the universities who use us, right? I haven't put K-12 institutions in this list, but there are obviously K-12 institutions as well who use us, right? From admission to SLCM to marketing to alumni management, all on a single platform is what Salesforce does in this space. We do have a booth. I'd be happy to meet some of you if you have more questions on what Salesforce specifically does and what we have been doing at some of these universities. Very happy to share that information. Thank you so much.